Hello there. I've already broken several minigames in the past, like getting under 1 second in the foot race minigame, over 6,000 rupees in the gut check challenge, and I even delivered the blue fire to the desert while Test of Wood and the blue fire minigame were still running. But I had a few more that I wanted to try and break, so let's get started. So when I brought Riju a bear, I also brought it over here to the Sandseal minigame to try and see if it would allow me to bear a sail easier than trying to put it up there with Riju. And it almost did, and then it didn't. Because the minigame ends once you become dismounted from the Sandseal. Yeah, it was sad. But I was kind of curious if it would be the same with a deer. So I grabbed a deer, smuggled it in using some apparatus horse magic, brought it on over here, started the minigame, and it's the same effect. I guess this is the closest that we're gonna get to deer-assailing. Deer-assailing? Really? Man, someone's getting fired over that one. Alright, for this one, I was asked a couple weeks back if there was a way to tame the Lord of the Mountain during the horse taming competition, maybe through some horse magic. I later responded on how it could theoretically work, but I needed to know, especially since I didn't even know this minigame existed. Wind bombing to the Lord of the Mountain is out, because once you get far enough, it just immediately ends. So we can try and unload it. I have a method that I've used for previous minigames that interrupts basically everything. By wrong warping a horse up to Naboris, or just using the ancient saddle and putting it by Ruta, saving, getting apparatus glitch, warping from the horse to do some apparatus horse magic, and running inside of the trigger for the DLC refight, we can drop down the travel medallion, then set up a wrong warp, start the minigame and drown. And then we appear directly inside the trigger and... okay, apparently this minigame checks faster than Naboris loads. I thought maybe it had to do with the distance and tried Ruta as well, but it also failed. Meaning this guy's check is happening before collision even happens. But I did have one more idea. By pushing the NPC so far away, it is possible to escape this minigame, and you could use that time to successfully mount the Lord of the Mountain. But to end this minigame, you have to be back at the stables, as that is where the actor is that you're supposed to bring the wild horse you just tamed to in order to end the minigame. And the Lord of the Mountain is nowhere near fast enough to cross the entire map in under 2 minutes. But I just had to know, as far as the minigame is concerned, is the Lord of the Mountain a wild horse? So I went back to the stable and started the minigame, and oh my goodness, it's the Lord of the Mountain, what are you doing here? It's such a big surprise, and yeah, I spawned it. But after taming the Lord of the Mountain and walking it over, it doesn't count. So, fun fact, as far as the minigame is concerned, the Lord of the Mountain is not a wild horse. Now the gambling minigame isn't one that's really broken, but is used to break other minigames. But it can be broken. By using the blue flame minigame to wrong warp down here, start the minigame, and just wait for the first one to end, it'll warp us out of this minigame. Or you could just go through the wall or something. But now that we're outside, I went to Eventide, grabbed the closest gold rupee chest and brought it back, because, you know, why would I open his chest that might have 300 in it when this one definitely does have 300 in it? Alright, let's see, which chest do I want to open? 4th chest. Hey, look at that, 300 rupees. Turns out winning at gambling is easy if you cheat. But as expected, the minigame does not end. So, we get to pick a 2nd chest. Let's go right. I'm sorry, what? This actually happens on all of the chests, and my inventory is not actually full in this. And this only happens if you open a chest that contains rupees during this minigame. I used an amiibo chest, got some fire arrows, and it still let me finish the minigame. So, I guess cheating doesn't pay, kids. Hey everyone, future me here to correct past me's mistakes again. Gold rupee thing seemed pretty cool, right? I had already rendered the video, but it's 1 AM and my brain isn't letting me sleep because I thought something was off here. So I'll be quick so I can edit this and maybe go to sleep. When I warped away because the blue flame minigame ended, the chests were also unloaded. I redid by both warping and even wind bombing back across the map, and both times I got the inventory is full message. So now that I've done a proper number of tests on this, this is most likely what happened based on my knowledge of how the game works. The chests load in with this message in place in the event that you somehow open one. Starting the minigame loads the rupees into the chests, and opening one of them removes the reward from the other chests. But by warping away, the chests are unloaded, and when Link returns, the defaults are loaded in, because this is never supposed to happen without collecting a reward. So, sorry to break the illusion, but I couldn't sleep knowing this was likely wrong, and I'll let Mr. Hopeful back there keep talking now. There are plenty of minigames in this game that escaping it wouldn't really do anything for us. A minigame will just be there when we get back and we'll have to play it as normal. If you're wondering why the video this week was so short, it's because I'm trying to dedicate as much time to the final solution as possible, and it's taken forever. So I'm gonna go back to that now.